Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Johnny Star, we're back, baby. We're back on YouTube. So let's get straight into it. I did a video about this time last year, how to improve yourself. And I wanted to do an update. And I was speaking to my beautiful girlfriend. And she said, Johnny, why don't you do a video on 10 things I would tell my 20-year-old self. Now, I'm 33 years old. I never thought I'd be 30. So I'm going to write, let's get something that works here, right? So 10 things I would, pretty old, I feel like a teacher, would tell my 20-year-old self. Now, the reason I wanted to do this was because people that follow me, you might be a bit younger, but no matter what age you are, this content could be good for you. It's based on my personal experience. And I thought I'd share it because why not? I've got this little following here and I wanted to improve your life because I enjoy doing this content too. It actually makes me better and actually makes me better at speaking with my auctions as well. So why not do it? Came to the office, I'm actually sick, but I thought, you know what? It's gonna take me 20 minutes, set up the camera and get it done. So if you like it, subscribe, save it, give me good feedback. I'll take it on board. I'm not offended. Whatever you think of it, please let me know. Okay, so let's get straight into it. We won't make this video too long because I do tend to talk. Number one, okay? Number one is drugs aren't cool. Now, drugs aren't cool. Now, unfortunately, in my younger years, when I went out and I partied, I used to love parties, to go out clubbing and dancing and try and freaking do it, you know, pick up girls and just study the pickup artists and all these cool things that I thought was great back in the day. But I never got into drugs until I went overseas and I experienced some MDMA and I thought, ooh, this is cool. And then I started getting into it a little bit more and more, started hanging around people. And the perception of it was kind of like, it was okay, it was an in thing to do, you felt great. But unfortunately what happened to me was I started doing it a little bit too much. I met people that, you know, put this product out because of the personality I have. I became friends with them and it was too easily accessible. So the thing is, drugs actually aren't cool. It'll deteriorate your life rapidly. So what I want to say is if you're in your 20s and you're getting on it a little bit too much or you're drinking, even drinking is not good. I don't drink at all, not a drop of alcohol. It will make a major dent to the progress in your life at an early age. If you can actually bypass that in your 20s, I guarantee you're gonna make some freaking epic progress and jump into your 30s well ahead of your peers. So drugs are not cool. It's actually cool not to do it. So look, I sound like a freaking some granddad or your dad or something. That's truly how I feel. And I wish I knew this earlier because there was a stage where I was doing it too much and it was not good for my mental health. It was that short-term dopamine hit that I was chasing, almost just getting away from reality. But it's not real, it's just temporary. So I promise you now, those party and recreational drugs are not ideal. I would not recommend it at all. You may dabble, you may try, but honestly, just stay away from it. I'm telling you now, your life will be better not doing it. Just be high on freaking killing it. You know, being a good person, being positive and striving to be better day by day by day. You just be high being alive. You know, just working out will give you a freaking mad dopamine hit and you'll feel great just from these endorphins running through your body. But I'm telling you now, please, guys, from my experience too, I lost a lot of years, but now I want to use that shit time I had where I wasn't making progress and tell you, I hit rock bottom many times and that was pretty much a major part of it. That right there. So drugs aren't cool. Number two is, boom, boom, boom. You ready? Less is more. What do I mean by less is more? There were stages in my life when I was younger in my 20s where I try and do too many things. I tried to open up my own real estate office, doing too many things. What else was I trying to do? Oh, I try and work with multiple businesses, all these ideas, opening up these things, and I thought I could do it all. Guys, if you focus on a few major things, you'll get good at those things. But if you spread yourself too thinly, you're going to struggle. So it's like putting your energy into just the main thing. So if it's fitness, break your energy into that, and then break your energy into work, and then a little bit of your social life. That's all you need. but don't do too many things. So less is more. Focus on the important stuff, cut the crap, and you'll get ahead quicker. So if you spend 10,000 hours working on your profession and what you do and get it done, you know, like hyper focused on that specific task, you'll get good at it. You'll get paid more at what you do. You might become a specialist, but trust me, don't spread yourself too thin. Less is more. Really simple one there. Number 3, this is really important too. Okay, so you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. I should have written the number 1, but it doesn't matter. 2 ears, 1 mouth. What does that mean? You should listen twice as much as you talk, or if anything, just don't say too much. The person that listens and takes things in and sits in the corner of the room and observes is usually the smartest person, I feel sometimes. So stay on the radar sometimes and just listen. There's a lot of people that might have had a lot more experience than you in certain things, like your peers and your colleagues or even your family. Sometimes you need to sit back and just pay attention and listen. Shut your mouth. You might sound stupid, but shut your mouth and just listen to what people have to say. Take it on board, process it. If you disagree with them, go, you know what? Zip it, come back, reassess it, and then go to it. I would say things too quickly and then I look like an idiot because I was wrong. So you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. So listen twice as much as you talk. Really simple there. I hope that one makes sense. Okay, number 4. This is a really good one too. And it's do it today. For example, this video here. My girlfriend told me to do it yesterday. I should have done it yesterday, but I'm doing it today. I was sitting at home, I'm sick in bed, and I thought, you know what I got to do, it's Sunday evening, good time to put out some content. I'll just do it now. It's not too hard. I'll go to the office, set up the camera, set up the mic, and just do it today. So get it done today. Another example is, because if you procrastinate, you just never end up doing anything. When I buy my groceries or when I get my fruit and veg, I come home and rather than putting that fruit and veg in the fridge, what do? I just prep it then and there because I'm not double handling it. So I do things on the spot then and there. If you're looking at the bin and there's rubbish in the bin, rather than thinking I'll do that later, just pick it up and put it in the bin now, in that moment. Things don't take as long as you think. You can do a lot of things in 5 or 10 minutes and then it frees up your time too. Do your meal prep, just do things today, then and there. And I'll tell you what, you get better at those things, you get more efficient. The more efficient you get, the more time productive you can be. The more time productive you can be, the better you get, the more money you'll make. You just become a better person. So just do it today. Don't procrastinate. I used to procrastinate all the time. Sometimes I'd be lazy. Don't be like that. If you get in these habits of doing things today and consistently doing it today, your identity will change. You'll become a freak, but do it today. That's something I'm only just doing this now. I'm 33, like I just started doing this like a year ago. Okay, number 5. This is a good one too. It's all aspects of your life, not just bodybuilding, but focus on your weak points. Now that could be physically, for instance too, right? My biceps, okay? They've always been a weak point. I've been focusing on them a bit more. They're getting a little bit better, but I had to focus on it. So sometimes you like to do the things that you're good at, but if you can focus on your weak points a little bit more, you'll be a little bit more well-rounded. This is more specific to bodybuilding. You could argue the point that you should just focus on the things that you're good at, but I personally think if you're well-rounded, you can do a few more things. It is a little bit better too. But this is more specific to your bodybuilding. But I'll give you another example. My weak points in real estate were the fact that I used to struggle to have hard conversations with people because I'm too much of a nice person. Read a few good books, started putting my foot down, telling people how it was. I'd be saying no to clients because they wanted too much money. That was a weak point of mine. Now it's a strong point of mine. And now I'm a much better real estate agent. That frees up my time not having to deal with overpriced listings and clients that I just don't want to deal with. And that was a weak point. And another weak point that falls into that was sometimes it would be hard for me to say no to people because I'm too nice. If you can learn to say no, and that's a weak point of yours, I guarantee you your life will be better. But you just got to have those hard conversations, and a hard conversation for me was saying no to people. And that was one of my weak points that I focused on, and now that's a strength of mine. And I actually like having hard conversations because I feel good about it. So focus on your weak points. Number 6, this is probably the most crucial one. Okay, listen up. You ready? Drum roll, please. Bum, 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 bum. Is I want you to read. Okay? I've read this year 39 books. Now, when I say read, I've listened to them. I'm not actually, I can't physically read books. I don't find it efficient, but get some books. I'm in the office now, so I've just grabbed some books for a bit of like actual, to show you, just to physically show you, to get it through your head. Read books, consume stuff, like Shoe Dog, great book that inspired me with Never Home. That's by Phil Knight, who started Nike. Like, that's the shit that motivates me with my brand and the stuff I do. But you gotta read. So I'll give you, and I've spoken about this before, you probably know this too, but get Audible, start buying books. They're like $15 or $13. Listen to these books when you're cleaning, when you're doing your cardio. Like, these books only go for 7 to 8 hours. You've got 24 hours in a day. Read a book. I'm telling you, you'll get snippets from these books. And another thing too is make notes. Get out your notes in your phone and make notes from the book, because every time I make notes, I've started doing this now, it actually sinks it into my brain more and I get more out of it. But please, read. I didn't read enough in my 20s. I'm smashing books now. I'm freaking addicted to it. I'm telling you now, my knowledge from all these people, smarter people than me that have made these books or written these books, I'm soaking it all in. I'm loving it. My confidence is up. I just read a book on confidence by James Smith the other day. Was the book good? It was all right, but it helped me too, you know what? And it probably helped me do this video. And that was something that was important. So definitely read. I want you to do that. Just get on audiobooks if you don't want to physically read. If you don't like to read, it's good. I just don't find it time efficient. Okay, number 7, Mama. Mama, this one's pretty important too. Okay, I might put, I'll put it down here. Okay, ready? Budget. Now this is something I never got around because no one freaking taught me this shit. Budget your finances. Because there were times where I'd stress out about money, I'd waste it on freaking stupid stuff, car leases, impressing other people with fancy cars. It's irrelevant, it doesn't matter. You need to manage your finances, and budgeting is important. So look at a breakdown of what your costs are, what your income is, what you're spending stuff on, look at what you can cut back on. Really simple too. Do some research on budgeting, but if you start budgeting in your late teens or early 20s, it'll set you up in your 30s. You're gonna live a really good life. So sometimes it's harder to actually make more income. It's not for everyone. Not everyone's gonna just make a whole lot more money, but you can manage your money better, and budgeting is really important. So once you learn to budget, it'll make you stress less. If something happens or you need $1,000 or, you know, whatever it is, something like an emergency happens, you got a bit of play money there, and that's really important too. So budgeting is important. I've only just started doing that over the past couple of years with some systems I've implemented, but budgeting is, I'm telling you now, it's important. So do it, budget. Juicy, all right. What's number 8? So you got my notes out. Okay. This one here kind of relates back to less is more, but I'm going to talk about it too. And this is the girl in the red dress. The girl in the red dress from the Matrix, all right? Now, boys, talks about distractions. So girls or anything in life that will distract you can take away from what you're focusing on, what you need to focus on. So the example, like from the Matrix, is there's a girl in the red dress that'll take away your attention from what's important. And that could be women in general, or like quick money, or just things that are like not ideally good for you. So there will be, it's just an analogy, but there's girls in the red dresses everywhere in life. If it's gambling, if it's pornography, if it's this quick instant gratification of stuff, they're everywhere. You need to stay away from the girls in the red dresses because they're not good. That can relate to so many things, but focus on what you want, spend your time and energy. Kind of relates to this too, less is more, but don't be distracted by the devil almost. And that sometimes can be in the girl in the red dress. And a bad chick in your life can ruin your life. If you look at how many marriages there are, like I'm in real estate, right? Like a lot of our sales are from divorces. You don't want to be a statistic. You want to have a relationship with a partner where you set yourself up, you've done these great things, you put your foot down, you're good with that partner. I'm still learning too, so I'm not an expert, but I want to make sure I manage my future with my partner or whatever I'm doing. But don't get distracted by the girls in the red dresses or these girls that are just out there. You know what I'm trying to say, I won't go into it, but Be careful, boys. All right, be careful. Okay, here's a great one too. I'm gonna put it up here. This is a special one, and I just read a book about it. Ego is the enemy. Ryan Holiday just wrote a book, read it. Just finished it too. Okay, drop the ego. So if you have an ego, you think you're good, you're really not. Okay, no one's really that good. I'm not good, I'm still learning. Like, I've dropped the ego. Humble yourself and realize that, hey, you're not all that. If you look good, your looks aren't gonna last. If you got money now, sometimes you can lose it. Whatever it is, drop the ego, humble yourself, shut up, be good to people too. No one likes someone with a big ego, okay? It's probably the worst trait you can have. It's just like, look at that guy with a big ego. You don't wanna be that person. Humble yourself, drop the ego, calm down, be good, be kind, be nice, be gracious. You can have an ego inside, but don't tell anyone, don't show them. Just keep it to yourself and calm down, because you are not as good as you think you are in terms of being arrogant. Don't be arrogant, drop the ego. Work hard, be consistent. Okay, now number 10, woo, mama. Last one. I hope you're liking this too. If you like it, write a comment. Hit the like button, that'd be great. I've only got like 3,000 subscribers. It'd be good if I can get 3,100 or 3,200 one day. Okay, this one here is good. And I saw Jordan Peterson last night and he spoke about this. Yes, I did. How lucky am I? Tell the truth. Sometimes you may want to lie. I catch a lot of people lying to me, and I know it through trial and error and just reading body language and when they're looking away and covering their face. This is just stuff we've learned through being in real estate. But when you lie, you're stealing the truth from someone. You're a thief. You don't want to steal the truth from someone too, because that is not a good thing. It's not noble. It's not good. Now, in the moment, if you tell the truth, it may be very uncomfortable. You may be embarrassed. In the short term, it might not be right, but in the long term, it's always better to tell the truth. Because you may tell a lie, one little white lie. What happens is you have to keep living that lie. And I've had people that have lied to me, and I've lied when I was younger. You know what? I probably tell little fibs all the time too. Who knows? Whatever. But try and tell the truth all the time. And then you have to remember your bloody lies. Do you know what I mean? If you tell a lie, you have to remember that. And half the time you forget the freaking lies you tell people. So don't tell lies. Don't tell people if bullshit about, you do this and how much your business is doing and that. Just be honest. People like honest, transparent people. There is no need to talk shit and lie to people. Let's encourage people to tell the truth. Be better, like Jordan Peterson says. And then you can sit in your chair at night, be at home with your family, feel good about it, and know you haven't freaking stolen the truth from anyone. So tell the truth. I'm telling you now, it might be hard to do. In the long term, it'll benefit you. Okay, so that's it. Top 10 things I tell my 20-year-old self. Drugs aren't cool, less is more, 2 ears, 1 mouth. Do it today. Focus on your weak points. Read, budget, the girl in the red dress, ego is the enemy, tell the truth, boom. Thank you. Peace out. I hope you like that one, ladies and gentlemen.